change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only...
So I'm just getting ready for eventing tomorrow. It's Friday today, tomorrow's Saturday. We're going to Oxstalls, unaffiliated 100. I'm just about to clean my tack. Maybe I had a day off yesterday and unfortunately just had another day off today because the weather is absolutely horrific outside. It's vile. She's actually currently shivering in a field. So I've just put a nice, really snug rug on her with a hood. So hopefully that'll warm her up. It's meant to stop though in a couple of hours. So it's pretty mild overnight. So she should probably bake actually, but never mind. She's freezing at the moment, bless her. So yeah, I'm just about to clean my tack very quickly. And then shoot off. And tomorrow we've got extremely late times. I've got extremely late times tomorrow. My dressage isn't until 3:30, and it's fairly local. I think it's I'll probably allow about an hour and 20, hour and a half, something like that. So yeah, it's pretty local. Yeah, I don't have to leave until pretty late. So everything else will be done in the morning. So packing the lorry, hay nets, water, getting Maple ready. I don't know whether to bath her because she gets really cold really easily and we don't have any hot water. It's meant to be dry. I don't know, I'll see how she is in the morning. Yeah, and then plait her up and get going. So yeah, and I still haven't replaced the battery in my watch. So tomorrow's going to be a guess again. But to be fair, if the ground's really wet and horrible, I probably won't be pushing her at all because I don't think I've ever ran her in such deep ground before, or potentially deep ground. I don't know. The ground might be all right there, but I've never evented her when it's this wet beforehand. So I expect it'll probably be like the deepest ground we've ever been on, or at least the slippiest. So yeah, just gonna quickly do this now and go home and chill out and go through my dressage test because I keep forgetting it, which isn't good. But yeah, I'm feeling really positive, which is really good because unfortunately Ben was recalled from home yesterday. So I had to take him to the airport to go join his boat up in Scotland. So yeah, that was pretty sad. He was meant to be here till Sunday, and obviously he's my biggest cheerleader, and he's really good at pepping me up and making me feel like I'm amazing, which unfortunately I need to hear a lot of because I am a very negative person and I always think that I am useless at everything. So yeah, so he's very good at doing that. But yeah, he's not going to be here. So that's a bit gutting. I was really, really down last night, and this morning I was still really down. But yeah, I've somehow managed to flip it around, and I'm actually now feeling very excited about tomorrow. I'm very positive. So yeah, maybe I do have bipolar. But yeah, at the moment I'm just feeling really positive and really excited. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And luckily my mummy is going to come and be my super groom for tomorrow. So hopefully we don't fall out. Fingers crossed for that. But yeah, very exciting. So I will see you tomorrow morning. Go on over. Look at the state of you.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living.
Next starter is Natalie Canning with Bennington and Liberetto, 37 in dressage, 16 in the show jumping. Over the Delacruz volcano and 6 o'clock on the map of the world. Never had said no words to the firewater trials running to Blackstone, Valley of Far, Rome. Usual order combination, 7 ABC is long and map of the world, and away and over the first is Natalie Canning and Bennington and Liberetto. Valley So one more combination to go on the course, and Emmy Clogue has done wonderful things and got herself back on her third horse in the 100 class and is on the way back down to the start, and she's on the way down with Caspar. Just approaching fence 17 is Lauren Long and Map of the World. They're over that.
Hi guys, so it's the day after our event, it's Sunday. Yesterday wasn't like the greatest day for us. It still was good, there was loads of positives to take from it. You've just seen the videos, so we got a 34.8 dressage, I think, which I knew it didn't feel as good as what it has recently. She just completely died in the arena and just went completely off my leg. And she was just in a bit of a strop all morning, if I'm honest. She was in a really heavy season. So I just think that it was a bit of an off day for her. You know, they have off days as well, the same as we do. So I can't fault her for the fact that normally she doesn't have off days. It's very rare for her to actually have them, and she still like tries her absolute heart out for me. Even if she's probably feeling a bit uncomfortable. Imagine us, you know, when we're competing and it's that time of the month. It's not the greatest. So, you know, for them to do it for us as well, you know, we've got to think that sometimes they might be sore and you know, not feeling their best, which was a bit of a shame. So yeah, 34.8 dressage, which I was pretty pleased with. You know, it's still a really good mark. I haven't actually looked at the results yet to see where we were in comparison to everyone else. So I will have a look at that. Show jumping, I was just really anxious. I went to the warm-up and unfortunately it was really ridiculously busy, which is really stressful for me with having anxiety, and I know that other people probably suffer that as well. You know, I'm not the only one, but yeah, I was just really anxious, and I warmed her up, popped her over a cross pole a few times, went to the upright, just had a bit of a dodgy jump over it, went again. Mum said that she slipped into it because it was downhill and the ground was really churned up, and she was studded fairly well, I thought. I had bigger studs in the back and then kind of like my slightly smaller ones in the front, but I think they're kind of more designed for harder ground rather than the softer. So I think I need to kind of revisit my stud kit and buy maybe a few more different types of studs, because unfortunately Maple will lose a lot of confidence on the ground. As I said, I think I said in my earlier bit, but she isn't the best in deeper ground. Like, she likes the firmer ground. She always has done. So it was always going to be a bit of a testing day for us with the amount of rain we've had recently. But the ground itself did feel pretty good. And in the arena, it wasn't too bad. But obviously it is deeper than what she's usually used to on grass. So I definitely need kind of early training, I think, next year, when it's a bit wetter, to try and get her out onto kind of more heavy going ground, or maybe hunting. I might try hunting with her. That might help. So yeah, our warm-up wasn't great. We then had a stop at the upright in the warm-up, which I think it was only about 90. So, and obviously with the fact that it was really busy as well, you know, I just kind of got very flustered by it. So Mum said, you know, take her over the cross pole again, get both of us a bit more confident. So we did. And then I asked Mum just to pop the spread down because that was at full height. So she popped it down to 90 and we popped that, and that's going uphill. So she prefers jumping uphill, particularly if it's a bit slippy. And she jumped that a few times, lovely. So that was really good. And then we popped the upright back down to about 90, maybe even 85, just made it really nice and little, and got her over it a couple of times. Still not particularly a great jump, but better. And then we kind of left it there, went and watched people ride the course a few times because I didn't have a chance to walk it because I was doing my dressage during the course walk. And yeah, I was just feeling really anxious. I thought I was gonna have a panic attack before going in. I just was like absolutely terrified. I don't even know why. It's stupid. Like, I love doing it. I absolutely love eventing. I really do. And I don't even know why I felt. I think it's just like my anxiety just messes it up sometimes, which is a shame because I do love going out and doing it. But it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest day from the offset, with Maple being a bit of a nightmare in the morning to deal with, and she's not normally like that. So yeah, I was very anxious just before we went in. And then there was a couple more before me, so I just popped the spread. I popped the cross pole again, and then popped the spread again. Waited, and then I was next. So we went in, and yeah, I just tried to really go positive. I actually spoke to her the whole way around. I think I actually was pretty much shouting at her, in a nice way, trying to be really positive and get her forward, and tell her that everything was okay. And I mean, she could have probably just slammed the brakes on with the fact that she was in season and probably uncomfortable, and the fact that she'd lost a bit of confidence in the warm up. Show jumping is the one where she probably will have the most issues. And do you know what? She was a little superstar. She went in there, she tried her heart out. She was getting really, well, not just her, we were both getting really dodgy stridings, because normally, as long as I've got that canter, the stride just, falls right, because it's, in a really nice rhythm. And she's been very good recently at adjusting her stride going into the fence. As long as I just keep that really nice rhythm and a good contact with the rein, and she's forward, it normally falls naturally. But we were just getting really dodgy strides. So I think we had fence 2 down, which was an upright, and it was going downhill. So I kind of expected that, really, after the warm-up. And then, unfortunately, there was a spread at fence 8, which we just hit wrong. And instead of just chipping in, she just went for it, which threw me kind of a little bit off guard. And we just took the back rail out. But then she jumped the rest of it all really nicely. And I was just super happy that she got round. And I was, like I said, I was talking to her the whole way. And then I think this group of young girls were watching. And I think because I was talking to her the whole way around, and I was obviously super pleased that we got round and stuff. And they all clapped for me, which was really sweet. And yeah, I walked out the arena and just started walking off. I don't know where my parents were at that point, because they'd obviously were ringside somewhere, videoing and stuff, cheering me on. And I started walking off, and I just couldn't breathe. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I really couldn't breathe. I think all my anxiety just kind of hit me at once, and I think I was just quite emotional. Sorry, I get emotional now. I think I was just so emotional that we actually got around it. And I just went into full-blown panic mode, and had a complete panic attack. Couldn't breathe. I literally was just trying to strip off. I literally jumped off of her. Luckily, this lovely couple came and stopped, and I felt so embarrassed, because I just couldn't stop crying as well. I couldn't breathe. I was I was making such a scene. But yeah. And then my mum and dad caught up and obviously took over from them, and I managed to get my stock off and take my jacket off, my number, my hat and everything, and I just sort of threw it all down. I don't even think I was holding Maple. I think I generally just jumped off and just left her. She just stood there, and then they obviously came, and then I think they took her off me. And then, I don't really know what happened, but I just had a full-blown panic attack. Luckily I had one of my inhalers on me. So, sorry. So yeah, I went and took my inhaler, got back to the box, took my inhaler, and that. Mum and dad helped me sort Maple out, and we just regrouped, and that, overcame it, which was really good. And I wasn't negative, because last time at Oxstalls when it didn't go very well in the show jumping. I mean, I was pleased with that round. I was pleased with the 2 poles down. We didn't have any stops, so I was really pleased. It wasn't that I was upset or anything like that, which is why it's even more embarrassing, because it makes me look like I'm having like a hissy fit over like my round, which I wasn't. Like, I was so pleased with Maple. I was hugging her and that, like, once I'd, you know, sorted myself out, and like I was so pleased. And yeah, last time, obviously, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I even want to go cross country after the show jumping, because we had 3 poles down. It just didn't feel very good and stuff. And I was like, no, I really want to go. Like, the course looked amazing, and it was running the opposite way from last time. And the wall, they put a brush on top of the wall. It just looked phenomenal. And I was like, oh no, I really want to jump this course. Like, it looks amazing. And cross country's the funnest bit. Like, Maple and I both enjoy that the most. So I was like, no, you know, staying positive, like, you know, we've got this, like, let's just go and have fun on the cross country now. So yeah, sort of regrouped, gathered ourselves a bit, got ready, went over to cross country, had a warm up. She jumped quite well in the warm up, actually. I changed her studs as well from show jumping. So I had like big pointy ones at the back, and then I had like little kind of like squarey ones with a bit of a point at the front for show jumping. And obviously she did slip, so I put the same big pointy ones in the front and the back, and she definitely felt more stable, so that was really good, and she felt a bit more confident on her feet. So yeah, she warmed up really well. We just worked on jumping the fences at angles. I was running slightly late after the whole panic thing, so I kind of went straight in and just, you know, gave her a canter on each rein, popped a couple of the fences on angles, and then it was my turn to go. So yeah, and we went for it, and don't get me wrong, like, I think after the show jumping and the fact that she's not feeling 100% herself either, she was a little bit sticky at some of the fences, but she got round, and we had a silly stop at the corner, which I actually told her off for. I kind of feel bad about it because she's just having an off day, and I very rarely will tell her off, but I did call her a name that might be a bad word for poo. And I gave her a couple of smacks behind the leg, which are probably like I think that's the hardest I've ever smacked her. It wasn't very hard. It was, you know, 3 sharp kind of like ones, but I normally very tentatively kind of give her like little taps and stuff. Like, even when we're going up to a scary fence, I just kind of very lightly bounce it off of her. So yeah, I actually did tell her off. It was actually quite naughty though, because we did have a pretty good like shot at it. And she kind of just like, and I was really holding, it was a left-handed corner again. I hate these left-handed ones. And she knows that normally I'm not very strong, and I really held on to that left rein and like really pressed it against her neck and had my left leg on. And yeah, so she kind of couldn't duck out. She kind of tried to, couldn't. And obviously where she wasn't committed to jump, she stopped. And then, because obviously I kind of lost that kind of contact, then she kind of like managed to nip out. And I turned her around, got like a bit of a show jumpy kind of like, you know, springy bouncy canter, and popped over it lovely then, and finished the course really well. So a bit of a shame, because even after our not as good as recent dressage and our not, you know, not fabulous show jumping round with 2 poles, if we'd have gone clear and subsequently not got the time penalties that we got, you know, we would have been placed. But it's not about that, you know, like, it's not about getting placed. Like, I've had some really good results this year with her, which I'm so thankful for. It's like the best season I've ever had with her. Yeah, I've had my first placings this year, and we've actually been placed a number of times this year, and I've never had that before. So, and I think, yeah, maybe that does kind of put the pressure on a little bit more. But it just wasn't a great day, like, just for feeling wise. Like, I was so excited about it as well. I'm sorry, this is so long. I was really excited about it as well. And I think I just burnt myself out with like the excitement. I got very fixated on it all, and I was like really positive. And the day before, like in the evening, I was so excited. I couldn't sleep. So I think then that kind of knackered me out for the day, and that kind of affected me, and I kind of lost all that kind of motivation. I mean, it's the thing, isn't it? Like, you can't pick and choose what day you compete on. you know, like you can't just wake up and go, oh, I feel great today, I want to compete today. Like, you know, you enter in advance feeling great and you don't know how you're actually going to feel on that day. So, you know, it's just trying your best to stay positive, which, you know, I feel like I still did. I didn't video much, obviously, because the timings were, they didn't seem very close together, but they did end up quite, like, it goes very quickly. So I actually walked the course beforehand, which I had to speed walk, so I don't have pictures or a video of me walking the course, I'm afraid, but it was a really lovely course. Definitely some questions in there. Oxstalls is definitely not like one of the easier ones we've done. I'd say it's probably quite medium in difficulty, but it is a really stunning course, stunning venue. So yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone. Seems like we have a bit of an issue with Dauncey and Oxstalls now, doesn't it? So, you know, something to try and conquer next season. But anyway, moving swiftly on, you know, previous event Elmwood, we were placed 5th. You know, we did amazing that day. Maple was an absolute superstar. She usually is a superstar near enough every time out. I can't complain. Like, one-off day, it's going to happen, isn't it? You know, she can't be amazing every single time. She's going to have off days as well. So, yeah, hopefully, maybe towards the end of the season or very early next season, I can have some cross-country lessons because I've never had that. And I think it would probably help my confidence and give me some really good tips because obviously I'm doing something not quite right sometimes. I mean, we normally get through it, but I just feel like Maple just helps me out so much, and I feel like I owe it to her to help her out. But yeah, so we'll look at stuff like that. I'm going to look at how I can refine things to kind of, you know, make things flow a bit better on the day. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say now. Just on to the next one, I guess. We've got 2 more left for the end of the season for trying to qualify for the unaffiliated horse events champs. So we'll give those 2 a go. Next one's Crown Farm, Ascot under Wychwood. And then the one after that in September, that's at the end of August. And then the one after that is at Swaycliffe. So yeah, so we'll give them a go. I think I'll after recent posts as well, where I've kind of like obviously lost a bit of confidence in myself. I was a bit like, oh, maybe I'll do 90 at the next one, but I thought about it and I thought, well, no, the time before we got placed, we had a fantastic run at Elmwood and got placed. So I can't just let one not so good day. You know, I didn't fall off. I didn't get eliminated. So I don't know why it's not a negative day at all. You know, it's still a good day. We completed, like, you know, so it's still a good day. So I'm not going to let a day that's not as good make me think that I can't do this. So I'm sticking with 100. I say that now. I'm sticking with 100. I'm going to enter it at 100. I think it's 2 weeks time. So I'll try and either get her out doing a little bit of show jumping. I don't think I can do cross country schooling. I just don't think I got the money to really afford that. I don't know. We'll see. But if not, I might try and like build my own sort of show jump corner in a field and practice jumping a left-handed corner, even though I really don't want to because I hate them. And we'll pray that there's a right-handed corner at the next event. But anyway, yeah, I'll try and do some bits of at least get out to training, you know, group session, just get a jumping, maybe a dressage test if I can. I'll have to see kind of what's about. Maybe next week or the week after. I think my local venue does like a Tuesday evening dressage. So I might try and enter her into that as a bit of test practice. I think we need that because she warms up beautifully. And then it's like she just goes, oh, not this bit. And the cross country was right next door to us going on. She was just like, no, can't be bothered. The devil. She just wasn't in the mood, bless her. But yeah, so on to the next one. We'll focus on that, see how it goes, and then decide on the last event of the season. Hopefully we will qualify. We've only got 2 shots though now, so I doubt we will. But it's not the be all or end all. We've got the Hunter Trial Champs, which I need to enter as well. I think that's at the very end of September, so that'll be fun. And there's another Hunter Trial, which I want to enter. So hopefully, if it's not sold out by payday, I will be entering that, and that is quite an exciting one. So I won't say any more on it. But yeah, might be quite an exciting one to do. So yeah, we'll see how the next one goes. Hopefully the anxiety will stop, or at least not be quite so bad. And hopefully I won't have a panic attack again, because that was just absolutely embarrassing. Never had that. I've always been somewhere where I can go away from the public, and I couldn't. I was just a wide open field. Like, there was no chance I could get away from anyone. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. And I apologise for the fact that this debrief is so long and it's going to take up the majority of the video. So well done if you've stuck with me and heard me out. Thank you for watching and supporting, and listening to my ramblings. I'll let you go now. And yes, I will see you again at the next one. Bye!
Every change